Part 3. I am divinely guided, starseed, earth angel. Um, I had a card here. This was the all paths home, and I was given the information about the fourth house and doors are open in spiritual home dwelling. That's in your home. That means how you feel in your house, and as who I am natural JFM, and I made products at home. And with the ideas that I had to put the information, put in as far as the products, and with that, I also had um, strengths. You have to have strength in order to build yourself in your own home. So I had some lessons with that, and some things the results didn't work the way that I would like. And in order to give out information as to the collective for a whole, to give out information, you have to understand that you had to went through something, and I went through something. So in order to tell of my story, of my journey, and that's is spirituality. You can't give nothing out that you haven't went through nothing. I went through something, and that's what I'm doing. Now, being that 777, that has to do with times, okay, and of remembering things, and that's what the home is, wherever your place in whatever area you at. You live there at home, or you have even a land. It doesn't matter. It's just your dwelling home, okay. So, and I say okay. Okay means yes. And I say a lot, and I always say okay because that means it's always a yes. It's always a will in order to come out of anything. No weapons formed may against doesn't mean it's temporary, it's just temporary. Now, I was given information about the moon phases, illusional, sometimes going in subconscious and conscious, exactly that I was given information earlier, that you're able to go through that in times. We're in a time right now, we're in going from winter, and that is of a longer hours, which will be more dark than it is in the spring. The information that I had put on another video like that. So with this card, all paths lead home, means that you have the inner authority. That means strong leader. You have power to do things, intuition, and you have the ability uh, to rest or refocus, and also has a time to refocus. In the longer hours in the winter, you have more time to think, and it's like the resting of things, of thoughts. I journal. So things that don't work the way that I don't like or I can't understand it, I use my spirals and I write. And that's so I can get the understanding of my conscious. So, and I go and do my shadow work. And to understand that that is a king or a queen, to understand, to know thyself, and to also to as far as to refocus or go back into things and to do the work. And if you don't understand that, I have done or to worked my shadow work for some years, and the work that I've done has um, raised my energy. Uh, it's the energy to understanding and critical thinking with other people. When you're doing your work, uh, it causes issues sometimes, and that happens when you don't know yourself. When you allow the people come and be critical thinking, when you have the strength, you have the intuition to be able to come out of anything. So now the other card here is called the baby steps here. And what that is action follow your intuition before it makes sense. So exactly from the subconscious and conscious, you do your work. If you don't understand it, if you things are not working, you'll take your energy, and it could be as a negative thought, and you will put it to someone else until you get to understand why you're in the predicament you're in. You can't give out information and give to information to a collective. That means spiritual collective. That means a personal whole, and to understand things. And when we do that, it has baby steps. That means you take your time, small steps, and be understanding what's going on. Refocus, go back to understanding. We rebuilding and trying to understand. If anything doesn't work, it'll break your heart. That means that your heart, and with that heart, it could be hard, and hard, or it can be contrary, or not forgiving for things that don't work. It could be a person, place, and thing. It also can be your family. It can also be a job if you work there. So that means it depends on the you as a person, as a yourself. Me as I am able to do things within me, as in tune, able to do all things regardless of what's around. And that's when you have to fight. Spiritual warfare, we come out of that. We're able to do anything now. Everything comes back to you. So that means the strength. You're going to fight for every little thing you have. And everybody is in this world is not going to agree. So if you can't agree to another person or around, that means separate yourself and find another way. So if it's a way you're going one straight, and then you can turn that wheel of your car, and you can turn around, go back another way. You don't always have to go the same way. And you don't have to always around people that do not connect. So if you change, that means you have to find other people that connect you. That means a connection. They can understand your speech or whatever, how you feel. Because when you're changing, that means everybody going to change with you. So as far as the doors, you have the key to go in there. You're able to go through that. Now, we're going to talk about the heart. The heart has to do with the green. Green is earth. And also, it's about your mind. It's the intuition, your mind and intuition. And so those two things, those keys. But when it's conflicted, and knowing that, if you pay attention, we have 5 cards in here about changing and conflict and career too, and how you're able. Okay, when you come in conflicting and changes and challenges, you're able to. But it comes to a broken heart. And when you're broken, and that means that it takes somebody to fill that void. And that is an open. Sometimes be your murmur. They have a small heart, and sometimes it has to do with what they call it is pulmonary. That has to do with your veins or whatever you eat and what you put in. So it can stop something. I mean, you stop where the blood. And since we're talking about the blood is the blood of life, and is life. And inside, if you ever watched anything, as movies or anything that do with medical or doctor, the veins are blue. But when it's cut, then it becomes blood. The color is red, but inside is blue. Um, so, um, anything else contrary is, I have a scripture here. It is, I believe, is Psalms 51:17. And I have some information about that. So, and we still on 51 again. And like I say, 5. When you're in fives have to do with, in the tarot, which that is tarot. And that card is about marriages. That's the Hierophant. And also it has to do with the air. So when you're doing with marriages, and that is with family and community, and with others. And you're connected. So also it is a person that able to teach and give out information. So Um, but it is challenging of conflict. Sometimes it's about how you feel within your soul. So let's go into baby. I did baby steps in here, I believe that is. And always action and follow your intuition before it makes sense. So that's about refocus on anything. You don't understand it, go write it down, get the understanding, do your shadow work, get the understanding, and then able to, you have a lot of gifts, but you have to connect the information so you're able to give it to somebody else. Those are baby steps. It's small. Um, so the next card here is the cosmic heart. Still on the heart again, being broken, being, when things don't work the way you like. And sometimes it's your family and your friends and community, if you work with people, and how can you come out and forgive yourself being connected with other people? You're able to do that. Remember, we're looking up for positive, not negative, because the energy is so strong. If you're going to be so negative, then you'll bring the energy on other people. And that brings the whole collective down. That means the whole of people who you're around. Also, as far as your heart. And you can also stress yourself out. And so if you're stressing, so what with the veins, it cause where those veins are it tight, so that you're not able the blood to go through circulation. Mm. So, and this is spiritual. So everything I'm doing is about spiritual. That means it's higher spiritual. That means that I raise myself to look as another, as an aspect of more better and do action and to give to others, even though we're going through some things, but we can come out of the issues. And remind me of the issue of blood. And but it's a whole. So even though with different things and it relates as the body, and we're in that. Okay, we're in Christmas. Some different traditions that everybody do is Christmas and giving, and what you put out and give it to other people, and it's love unconditional. And we have different people that do different traditions. We got Hanukkah, so and that is all about Christ. And even though it is the energy, but it's just love and it's a positive thinking, spiritual. All is spiritual. Um, so it's lighting. That means you're giving light and unconditional forgiving other people. And to move around negative thoughts and always know that we're able and love everybody. And be good character. Be as Christ. So that's some of the attributes on that. Next one. Okay, so we did the intuition, that means your mind, and the soul, that is what's around, and the color of the chakra is purple, which is your mind, and your heart is your green. That's a part of the chakra. Okay, so those two, you need both of them. So find a way to distress and to relieve in your home. And with me, I use as a spiritual bath, and that keeps me where I put all my everything that I use. I use flowers, dried flowers, salt, anything to calm and to make. As far as I use lavender petals and different other things in there in order to keep me calm. And also the energy in your house. And you bring negative, negative will come in your house. Positive in your house, then you can pull the information in your home. It's spiritual. Okay, so next card here. Um, on the broken heart. Also, you can use the cards too as tarot, which would be the three swords. And that three swords is that means that a person is in broken heart, you know, and we coming out of that. Sometimes you can gaze and look in the sky. So where you do meditation, and that's what I do. It's always in scripture tell you look up. Um, so that's what I gaze. I look at different things, trees. It's pretty right now. Sometimes the colors is just it's beautiful things outside. I find another way to come out of things that stress you out. Um, so let's see. Next card. Life lessons. Life lessons is from experiences and to gain the most from what as a person going through the process and refer through of the awares that the tears that could be in subconscious illuminating things and you become out of that as conscious to be awakening, a spiritual awakening. Let's see. I have another number here, 3755, meaning intuition and inner strength and reconnect for as your real as with the indu I say do la 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 the individual duality, and that is the strength. I have a card here. This is a dreaming of totem card, and this says that you need to stand up and have an opinion, okay? Because in case yours in the only one counts, the decision will have long term effects on your future. So, it's your future. So, that's more of a higher spirituality. But you have to fight and conflict, and there is always a way. So, be good to yourself. See, next card is I believe I had. To learn to soften through life's ups and downs and to learn your own heart. Okay, that's one card here. Take that one. Okay. So we on, I believe we're still on the home, the spiritual path journey of the conscious. So um, it comes back to philosophical or strong potential is a technical term is used for principality or principality in a theology or theology that is a capacity or aptitude in a being that receiving in perfection. So perfection is as a sun that is perfection. As everything up on the sun is always the knowledge. Just giving out that information. Potential is very strong energy, and you receiving. And it's when you receive energy, it's about knowing. It's about you as a real self, individual, conscious. It has a choice, so you have a choice of the attributes. If you want to be as negative thought or positive, you have a choice. It's formless. It is the spiritual of power. Um, it's about a head of a man. Spirituality, it is about strength, power, your inner self, your intuition. Also has devotion, and that's given as a deep love and passion. Back as Christ again, since we're in the energy of Christmas. Okay, and from that, it is Sagittarius. It is in at the ninth house. Uh, Information of higher power, spirituality. Um, Being that it is God, it is the power of a name, a form is formed from an image, is drowned with love, unconditional love and power. And five levels is with the five elements. It is strong potential, strong energy elements is what exactly it is. It is about knowledge. Knowledge is living and also has entities as well. So it is belonging to spiritual potential as a subject. And that is a bit wilder than it. It's just like the earth in the wilderness. And the wilderness have to do with subconscious. And when you're in the wilderness, you're coming out of the wilderness. You come back into the light. With devotion and prayer, and if meditation as well, is exercise. That means that if you exercise and walking, or if you in the gym, it's exercise, and also it is where you are regulating your heart, and that is one of the attributes of your heart. Anything else? Being prayer is a prayer you believe in yourself, and faith works. If you work it, doors will open. And the first thing it asks going into the doors, and that has to do with religious, and that has to be with spirituality, because everything that has to do within this earth, it has to do with spirit. So I'm able to say anything, and in the church will say amen. I have another number 817, and that is about beautiful, and that is potential, strong knowledge, again manifesting of all hope. So I have a lot of numbers here, and I will put that on the platform information. Some of the numbers, those are meaning for manifesting. You can have 222, 333, 444, 777. If you have twin flame lovers, or something is partnership, that could be your family. Exactly. um, Being intelligent in judgment, it has to do with you as a strong leader. You have to have strength in order to do anything as a master. As always, you're already mastered through the process, through the subconscious and light, which would be conscious. As light, as dark and light. Um, Being that, let's see anything. Also, religious tradition is the worship of practice. Anything is practice is spiritual. Everything is all spirituality. You're able, if you want to manifest, you want to gaze outside, find ways, exercise, walk. It's all spirituality. You do all things. Um, so um, now I have a card here. It says Earth School. See, we're in school. Okay, we have a teacher and we have the practice, and it's the priestess or whoever is high priestess. You're able to do that, and that is 12 is on the energy. So I do see two. So two and two is the mastered, and one is a person is a strong leader and are able to do the attributes, and goes to one then two, and one plus two is three. Then you're able as the empress to bring the gift, as in the love, unconditional gifting to give to other people. You're able to. With that is the divine. So information I have here has Earth School. Presence is the case of material world as a spiritual school, and is tailored as developed as consciousness, and bring the human soul closer to recognition of divine source. So that means that we're divine. The Most High looks us as a divine. So mean titles and names is only the name that he will speak would be divine, and that is source. Earth is commonly seen as feminine, as the great mother. It's the nourishment. It's a nourishment. And so that's what you eat, what you put in, and what you put out, and how you feel around. the energy if you put around other people, you know. And with earth, the home is dwelling on the earth, so it's like a stand. It is the justice, and justice is like a balancing. So being that we try to stay in the positive and remove the negativity that is around. With that, also it has creativity and means that embody of the empress. Empress is giving, and that is their hands healing other people, meaning positivity. That's the only thing your attributes that you're giving around people. It is positive. Okay. Let's see. When you're um, when you're another word is that the earth and heaven, and I always say that as the heaven is highest and also is positive, and earth. Understand the earth also has a lot of critical thinking, you know. But if you have critical thinking of if you changed, that you change your life, and other people are still in that same process, and that's why I say you can find connection with other people. It might not be in the same around your family or your friends. Is someone there is connected with you, and also has to do with that heart as well. You don't know you shouldn't want to be by yourself. You know, and also it's just try to find positive thoughts and find ways to find positive ways in order to fill the void of you having issues that's in your life. Let's see. Spirituality involves exploring and search is the certain universal themes, love, compassion, and true as alt it's an altruism, life after death, and is the wisdom of truth with knowledge that some people such as saints is that someone that it is saint is enlightened, is individuals that have achieved and manifesting of higher levels and development that is ordinary. I said ordinary person, like the ordinary person and individual is you, is yourself. That you're different. You're in the order of steps. So baby steps is the order. It's like order of steps, and that is about lessons. You know, we take the experience and know that it may be a rocky time, but we try to find a way. It's the experience going through the experience of life, and sometimes it ain't always good, and sometimes it's bad. But you'll find a way to come out of that of those temporary of can be as a stumbling. I say stumbling um, block where the heart can block with the heart. You know, it's blocked. That means something is that what you put in, or the blood is stricken in stress, and that'll cause you your heart and make you not able to. The heart is not it's not pumping the blood for 'em, you know. So it comes back. So the heart, the dwell in the home, a person who's in here, in your home, or it can be someone in your own home. Also, being that in a house you can have children, or it could be your husband, and they or anybody, a mother can cause a problem. You know, that means the whole house falls down. It has to do with depression and depressions and stuff like that, you know. But we find as a woman, being a single mother, I still say it's hard. And being that I am a single mother and I raised mine, now I have three they're adult. And I have a young one. And I said, as a younger, as a young adult will be adult. But it's not easy, but you're able. And I was. Anyone else have the same understanding of a single woman, you know, raising children without the father. So let's see. It says to gain the most from what you went through, you need the process to bring uh, the whole. You have to bring, like, I can't give out information, you not give out the aware of the awakening part. I can give you the beautiful thing of awakening, come out of things, spiritual awakening, but that's the person that always talking about the spiritual, only spiritual. You want to know, how did I get in that position and come out of that? You know, you meet a lot of people that's like, well, how did you do that? My shadow work. That's the time I did. I write information and how to heal myself, and that's the part of it, is to heal yourself and come out of things that does not result. You know, sometimes you still on that spinning wheel of a little mice or a mouse, and you want that same, and it doesn't work. You have to find another way to come in that same predicament. So, the whole is tell the truth. When you tell the whole truth, and like on the justice, if you on the justice, you don't tell the truth, and you're gonna have your hand on that Bible. It's like, this is the truth, and be yourself. And everybody not gonna like that, but know that you have the strength and you're able to do anything. If you look like positive, everybody love you, you're gonna be fine. But if you always think somebody coming for you for negative thoughts, then that's what you're going to receive. Now, with this spirituality awakening, also has to do just your journey of life, and knowing that it's going to be all right, and it's going to make you a stronger person. Let's see. Never let anyone tell you how you should live. We are all connected. That means we're all one. Universal love, unconditional love. And if you always think that, you're always going to receive it, everything. And so, once it was a couple of days, and I thought that it was tough. And I was like, we needed this and we needed that. But if you believe in faith, it comes right back. And if you're always thinking negative, that's what you're going to receive. If you see, I see rabbits all the time, then I know I'm always taken care of. And that when I believe, and I believe everything, and I'm looking, and I know thyself, and I know that everything will be fine. Everything is an effect because I believe. But also, when you don't hide from your pain, when you drop all expectation about how people critical thinking. So when you're on that critical thinking of individuals, family, friends, and who are you connecting, and being at a job or wherever you're outside, and you always having someone always having critical thinking. For me, I don't like ugly things like that. Now, I'm gonna say that I can get that. I can say some ugly things that's not so good, but I also can turn that away, turn it around and change it, and I'm able to. And you are too, as a person, as a collective, and as a whole, we're able to do that. So really, this what I'm talking about is all about the paths lead home. We're able to go in and out in your home, wherever, to do anything. Saying it's a okay, that's a yes. Let's see. Now, the negative thoughts. You know, um, we're gonna talk about the ego, pride and ego. We're gonna be talking about little Leo and Lion Kings and the strength as a empress and a king. Because if we weren't in an ego trap, let's give you something here, just a little thought. Uh, because if we're in an ego trap, pride, we have known acceptance, and that means known acceptance, meaning you already know. And if we be able or be capable in recognizing that the only awakening us, but everyone else is on their own unique spiritual journey. Now, that is when you're dealing with pride and ego, and meaning that the lion. And lion is about the pride, knowing that you have the strength. Sometimes we have big headed. And when you're big headed, also cause problems. You have attitude. And when you have attitude, sometimes being a strength, a person is that has that you're able to do anything. So that means you have a lot of strong powers. You're able to do anything. But with that, we have a lot of others critical thinking. But with that, you want to be humble. You want to be have gratitude and thank and be being thankful for everything you have. But with the critical thinking, and that's a negative thought, is just trying to find another way and to know that everything is great and positive all the time. Let's see anything about spiritual, and I'm gonna give some things here as well as it is not only spiritual ones that are worth our time and who add the value to us in our lives, and we have things to learn from, but everyone else around. That means who your connection with, it's whatever. So whatever level or the phase of involved and that is evolving and of evolution, and that is they feel. It's like what you feel, how you feel around people and what you see is the visionary. Um, so with that spirituality, you can use anything, as in how your Reiki that has to do with feeling, you know, massage or things of the elements. Um, Also has to do with astral travel and lucid dream, And I was speaking earlier about those moons and the phase, how we do in the subconscious. That means dark, and conscious is light, and how to come out. Also, it is justice, and justice is the 11, and then tarot or any of the 11th house if you're doing astrology. So with that, I do see 11. I have some numbers here: 1033 and 1044. But given the information about an author, I have wrote some things, and it has to do with a poem. It says right here, it says, "Conversation we have never allowed me to heal. Hard to let go of my anger when you never allow me to speak." Being in a five, what five has to do with vocal and speech and how the note is what comes out. And also has how you feel and, slow to speak when you're talking to, if you have an issue, find to yourself and find a way to write things. Write things on a piece of paper and before you go and just go uh, be ugly to another person. And that's a part of shadow work. So that is like a poem, and it has to do with a lot of critical thinking. But as far as something has to do with healing, somebody they don't want to hear what you have to say. Critical thinking against what you're trying to do. We have to fight, but knowing come out of that is just going through the process. You're able to. Um, Being that, as another poem, it says, "We are prisoners without bars, serving it's an it's an infinite. So that is indefinite sentences. Yet we process the keys to the prison of our mind. Image source. It's like the image of source. It's like God body. That means power. So we seem free and carefree. That means I'm free, free, free. So that means anything that illusional of a person is a prisoner that is that you thought that you were in the prison. You can put your own self in that predicament. So you're able to come out of that free. Free yourself. I believe that's everything that I have put out here, collective, and knowing that we're able to. When you have the strength, you have the authority to do all things with you. Spirituality, all spirituality, traditional, and we're in Christ. In the first is Christ, Yahshua, Messiah, and that is Christmas. That means that it is traditional of December. That is the season, and that and Hanukkah, and that has to do with the this we would call it it's the light of the seven light. So, and that is illuminating 1212, the portal. All right, collective. Peace and blessings. Know that you're able to come through anything that is subconscious to conscious, and all paths lead home. It's just it's like a memorial. Just remember not to forget. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.